Hello creators and creative friends, welcome back to the channel. If you've been here before, you'll probably remember that I already shared the head swap workflow based on the Klein edit model. Today I want to show you a new way to do the same thing using the Flux.2 Klein model. This workflow also includes a head swap LoRa. That said, it's not required. In some cases, it can even make the result worse. I will show you why in a moment, but first, let's look at what this workflow can do. The final output image is quite large at 2688 by 4096 pixels. This is the portrait I uploaded, and this is the new face after the swap. As you can see, even though her hand covers part of her face, the new face still blends naturally into the original image. Also, the image quality stays strong during the swap. It does not noticeably drop. The image on the right is the face reference image. I think the two faces look very similar. Because of that, this workflow does a good job of keeping the face consistent. Now let's move on to another example. This one is also challenging because she's holding a fork with a cherry tomato. After the swap, the new woman still needs to keep the same pose. So now let's take a look at the final output image. And here is the face reference image. If you are wondering how this workflow works, let's go through it step by step. This workflow is built on Running Hub, which is a ComfyUI cloud platform. If you want to learn more about it, you can check the link in the video description below. For now, let's stay focused on the workflow itself. Our task here is to swap the head of this woman onto this other woman. The portrait I uploaded is 1333 by 2000 pixels. You can also upload a larger image than that. The workflow can still handle it because the image will be cropped by the in-pen crop node. So this is the cropped image. The Flux.2 Klein model edits its cropped version instead of the original uploaded portrait. That helps save VRAM, and at the same time, it helps avoid quality loss. Since I only want to edit the face and hair, there's no need to touch the other parts of the image. So I let the Flux.2 Klein model handle the inpainting only in that area. You can see a white area here which is our inpainting mask. I created this by selecting the hair and the face in these nodes. After that, these two nodes turn the mask area into a rectangle, which is this region here. So that is how the uploaded portrait is prepared before it gets edited. Now let's talk about the head reference image. You can upload the headshot with any background. Still, I recommend using one that shows the shoulders. This helps the model understand the correct scale of the head. At this point, the reference images are ready for the Flux.2 Klein model. So now let's see how the head swap works. On the right side, there are two groups. Each one generates a different output. This is the first output image. It is generated by the Flux.2 Klein model without any LoRa. This is the second output image. This time, I added a LoRa that was trained specifically for head swapping. A lot of other YouTubers recommend it, although I am not sure why. In my experience, it usually is not necessary. In this example, for instance, the LoRa failed to keep the short hair consistent. The face also lost some detail. Let's zoom in on the eyebrows. They look a little smudged together instead of showing clear separate hairs. Now let's compare that with the eyebrows from the previous group. You can see the difference. These eyebrows have better detail. To make the comparison even clearer, let's look at the few more tests I ran with the LoRa. This is the head swap group without the LoRa. Here is its output. The consistency is very high. Now let's see how the LoRa version performs. As you can see, it does not keep the hairstyle consistent. You already saw this output at the beginning of the video. In this version, the eye direction created by the LoRa looks a bit strange. Let's check one more example. Here too, I think the face consistency is lower when the LoRa is used. So now, let's go back to the workflow. This prompt was designed by the author of the LoRa. It is very long, but some parts of it do not work well. For example, it says, remove the head from picture 1 completely, but in the actual result, the hair was not removed completely. Some hair was still left behind. The prompt also says, sharp details 4K. However, during the swapping process, some of those details were lost. Without the LoRa, the prompt can actually be much simpler. For example, remove the head, face, and long hair from image 1 and replace it with the head, face, and hair from image 2. Relight the face. I also added the word long before hair because the woman in the uploaded portrait has long hair, while the woman in the uploaded headshot has short hair. If I do not add the word long, the model does not fully remove the long hair. Let's test that. I will remove the word long and run the workflow again. Now you can see that part of the long hair from the uploaded portrait is still there, so that small wording change really matters. On the other hand, if the two women in the uploaded images have the same hair length, for example, both with long hair or both with short hair, then the simpler prompt should work fine. And of course, if you run into consistency issues, you can adjust the wording a bit more. For example, you can describe the hairstyle or the facial expression more clearly. Now let's add the word long back into the prompt and return to the previous setup. The last group has only a few nodes. This in-pin stitch node is very helpful. It takes the edited head and hair and puts them back onto the original full-sized portrait. You can adjust the input parameter here to choose which output image you want to use in the final result. This way, only the head and hair are changed while the body and background stay exactly as they were. And that is everything for this workflow. If you would like to support our community and download the workflow, there is a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.